She is somebody who can heal by sound. And sometimes that sounds kind of crazy how that can even happen, but it can. And it's all based on energy. And today we're going to do something a little bit different that could really impact your life, maybe even change your life. She is Barb Sounds and she's back with us. Barb, welcome. How you doing?
Thank you, Steve. I'm good.
Yeah, we'll get to the different part in a couple of minutes, and you play live. That's how we normally do
Yeah.
it.
hmm
But actually, there's two different things we're doing today because you wanted to open with a meditation, right?
A very short, yeah, guided meditation. Yep.
And when do you
Before
normally
I
do
play.
this? Oh, before you play.
Yeah, before I play. Yeah.
Okay, so if I was a client that you were going
hmm
to play for,
hmm
you would you would do the guided meditation before you do anything?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
If I was doing a guided meditation, I don't do it necessarily with everybody because some people like to just jump into the sounds. But if somebody is actually really, really struggling, then I do a little bit of a guided meditation first, which
Hmm.
kind of helps to relax the person and gives them some, I do different ones, but it will give them like a bit of a visual kind of, vision of what might be happening during the sounds.
I get that. I get that now because it almost sounds like you're doing the meditation to open up their mind to absorb.
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah, there are some sound healers who talk, like do a guided meditation as they're playing. I personally don't like to do that
Hmm.
because I think it's very distracting,
I agree.
to be listening to words and then your mind is working. And part of the beauty of sound healing is that your mind gets to completely relax and not think about anything.
Yeah, and does its own
Mhm.
thing. It's off and running, and
Yeah,
everybody has a different experience.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Can we meditate?
sure. Although I wouldn't advise driving the car if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
If you're
Or
listening to the live, maybe pull over or something.
same for any heavy machinery or just be in
Yeah,
a place where you can relax. That's what we're talking about.
yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna switch my to my studio and turn my sound on. Okay, so for everyone who's listening and now and everyone who's going to be listening in the future, I'd like you just to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And now let your body breathe itself. And as your eyes are still closed, I'd like you to imagine that you see in front of you someone that you have loved very much, either in this life or in time or in other dimensions. It could be a person, it could be a pet. The person doesn't have to be alive, but just somebody for whom you have felt deep, deep love. And see them in front of you as you're taking some nice relaxed breaths. And I want you to open up your heart and I want you to think of and feel just how much you love that person. And feel that feeling in your body, the big feeling of great love. And feel that feeling moving out from your heart and out from your body and towards the person that you love. And now I want you to replace the picture of the person that you love in front of you with a picture of yourself. And I want you to keep feeling that deep and full love inside your heart. And I want you to keep sending that love from your heart out to yourself. And as the picture of yourself fades, I want you to feel the love and light, the healing love and light from the cosmos, coming down through your crown and moving all through your body. The love and the light, the healing love and light is entering every single cell in your body. It's moving through your body right from your crown down to your feet. Right from the cosmos, that healing love and light is moving through your body and into the earth. And as you do this, keep feeling the love and the light from the cosmos as you listen to these healing sounds.
Wow.
Mm.
I got to tell you, the meditation is the game changer
Yeah.
because I felt like I was so much more open to hearing the sound and the sounds were much more defined. And I've never really felt that before. The
Mm.
meditation. Interesting. Wow.
Very interesting. Yeah.
And toward the end, the three times you picked up that thing that hangs, it almost looks like a soup can.
The chime.
What's
Koshi
it called?
chime. Koshi chime. It's called a Koshi chime.
The sound from that is so full, like so
Yeah.
rich.
Yeah. They're made with like really thin bamboo,
Wow.
like around is the outside of it.
Looks
And
like
then
metal.
inside there's 8 steel, little teeny, like small steel rods
Okay.
of different heights. And then in the middle of that is an actual crystal clacker.
Mm, yeah.
So you have a really cool combination of like crystal and metal and wood
Yeah, I think that's
for that
probably
sound.
why it's got such a very bright sound to it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
normally before you play, an intention is set and you play for that intention. What we were doing different today is we weren't going to tell anybody what the intention is or was. I don't even know what it was. Did you play with an intention?
Well, the intention was to focus on healing with love and light because those are two very powerful parts of the sound.
Hmm.
Like, so if you combined love and light and sound, then you have huge healing at a
And I
very
could even think
cellular level.
those brighter sounds, if you wanted to call that, if you wanted to equate it in your mind to light, to me, because it was so bright
Mm-hmm.
sounding. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
very different, very different.
Mm-hmm.
Can't explain it.
Well, love is like, one of the highest frequencies.
Sure.
And so the higher the frequency, the more advanced it is, like the more powerful it is for healing.
So, question. Let's say it's a higher vibration for love. I don't know if it's defined what that frequency is.
About 500 hertz.
Hertz. Okay.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you can you play an instrument that's very close to 500 hertz and will somebody, if their mind is open to it, have the same feeling that they feel when they feel love?
Um, there's lots of people who are doing, the ambient sounds
Sure.
that are created. They're not necessarily playing instruments like I do, but with those sounds, there are a lot of videos out there with the solfeggio frequency, the 432, and with love, which is, around 500. I personally think that the combination of being able to feel love in our own bodies,
Hmm.
right, is a huge part of the healing. So it actually doesn't matter as much what you're hearing. I mean, in this case, the sound healing it's not a bonus, but it's kind of like, it just makes everything, more powerful.
You just need
But
to hear and feel the vibration. That's what you're saying. So if there was,
yeah,
right? So if there was a
yeah,
way to strip the sound, and can you sense the vibration if you're listening, just listening? Like, let's
yes,
say if somebody's deaf, do they still feel the
yes,
vibration? Okay.
yes,
Hmm.
yeah. Deaf people have dances, um, but they do jack up the sound, right? But when they jack up the sound, they can
Yeah.
feel the vibration in the air
Mm-hmm.
and they can feel it through their feet, like through the floor.
Yep. Yep.
So if you
Wow.
go to a deaf dance, like a dance with deaf people, it's very loud if you're hearing. But that's how they
Wow.
feel it. And I cannot remember her name, but in somewhere in Great Britain, there's a woman who is probably the best percussionist in the entire world. She has every single thing you can imagine playing sound from, including like xylophones that are made with wrenches and stuff like that. And she is deaf. She
Wow.
plays with symphonies and orchestras, or she
She
did
can,
when she was
and
younger.
And she stays in sync just by
Yeah,
vibration.
yeah.
Amazing.
She follows the music and everything. So
Wow.
it's all, so it's really, what we hear with our ears is such a small part. It's the same thing as what we see with our eyes. We're only seeing, like frequency wise, we're only seeing a little teeny kind of bit of the actual different kinds of light that exist. And it's the same with sound. We're hearing different, like we're hearing just a very narrow range normally in our lives, like just listening to each other talk or, you know,
Okay.
listening
I
to
got you
daily.
because the vibration is way more full spectrum, but the
Yeah.
sound, and call it the bonus, you get the sound to come with it. It's only about this much. So you can only feel so much vibration here from say 20 to 20K hertz. You can't even hear 20K, like figure 16, that it's such a narrow slice, but the vibration of sound is here. We just can't hear it, but it's all the way out here in terms of energy.
Yeah, and what we hear when we can hear it at certain hertz, but we're feeling in our body, but we're not necessarily hearing all
Hmm.
of the harmonics, like all
Yeah.
of the other little sounds around that. Like that's why you can't hear what the primary, mostly you can't, I mean, unless you play them a lot, you can't hear what the fundamental frequency of a gong is. I mean, a gong does have one, sometimes two fundamental frequencies, same with the bowls, but there are so many other
Yeah.
frequencies around that you don't, that doesn't get singled out. So a gong doesn't play a note. It just plays everything. Right.
And everything is the vibration,
Yeah.
but we can only hear that much of it.
Yeah. But I
Nice.
think the other thing too is that, a lot of like the fun thing about doing the meditation, and the meditation is, we don't often love ourselves very much. So you start off the meditation with imagining somebody that you really, really love, and then you can feel it. And then you try to move people to, giving that love and sending that love and feeling that love to themselves.
Half of that is your voice and delivery.
Yeah.
There's just something about it where it's just kind of
Yeah.
like, puts you in a very calm zone. Even if you weren't listening to the words, it would still, I'd say get half the job done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I mean, I do that. I have my, that's my healing voice, right?
Yeah.
That I use. I don't sound the same as I do when I'm talking.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's similar, but it's with a different intent.
Yeah.
You're getting people to calm, heal, and you're sending a different energy with your voice.
Hmm.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, I
And the other
I had
part
no
of it,
idea. I had no idea you were going to play right after that. I was like, oh, I hope she keeps going. I don't know if she's just going to play a little bit.
I used to, yeah, I used to do like much longer guided
Hmm.
meditations. And when I'm doing an individual session with somebody, especially if it's an hour session, I can do a lot longer. That was just like a really super
Sure.
quickie
Yeah.
one. But the other thing that I did with that guided meditation is, you go from loving somebody else, which is easier for us, and then sending love to ourselves. And then you go into receiving love through light is the best way that we envision it. And that is actually how the frequencies come down. Because the higher you go up in the frequencies, the more it's light and not necessarily sound, right?
So does it transition from sound to light or vice versa?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't think anybody's actually studied that.
Yeah. Well,
But the whole
hmm.
thing of feeling the light and love of the cosmos is then actually to connect everybody to the energy of all of that. Right. So what I was doing at the end with people envisioning the light of and love of the cosmos, healing love and light going all the way through their bodies, was bringing that, all of those frequencies and all of those energies into my playing that I did right after.
It's pretty amazing.
Right.
I'll tell you, it definitely felt different this time, and
Yeah.
I think it's meditation.
Yeah.
You would just it's the difference between somebody going to a restaurant and eating, but they're standing up. With the meditation, it's almost like something was sprinkled in the restaurant. Now we sit down and now we're calm. now,
Yeah.
and we're ready to really enjoy the sound of food, whatever it might be.
Yeah. And then you receive the sound in a different way.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, I could hear definition, like
Yeah.
more definition. And I don't know, I was listening more carefully. Well, I don't know why I wouldn't have listened more carefully previously. I think it was because I was in a certain zone with the meditation. So really cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. It does do that. Yeah.
So how do we find you? We want to book a session. I know you do a free consult. I think it's or free play. You can play for somebody
I
for
do
like,
it. Yeah, I do a free 30-minute sound bath. So actually, if people go to heal.me/Barb Sounds, which is my booking site, and you book the free consult, what you get is basically a free 30-minute sound bath.
wow.
Because the thing with sound healing is that you have to experience it to know what it is and to feel what it does. So, most people do consults where they're talking for 30 minutes, but I don't need to do that with people. I just need to play for them.
Yeah.
And then they know if they want to do that or not.
Well, it really comes down to feel what it does. Because yeah,
Yes.
if they're reaching out to you, they kind of have an idea what it is. Maybe they've never heard it before, but they know it's going to be some kind of sounds. But
Mm-hmm.
so you can imagine that, but you can't imagine the feel. That's you got to
Yeah.
experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool stuff today.
Yeah.
Had no idea where
It's
we
fun.
were going or what we were doing. I just sitting
Well,
back to the right.
thank you for not knowing from the beginning what I was going to do.
I didn't.
How was
No,
the exercise in trust?
totally. And
So
even
that
I didn't
was
even know
good.
what the meditation was going to be like. Amazing.
Yeah.
Barb,
Yeah.
thank you again so much. And look forward next time you get a chance to play here.
Yeah. Me too, Steve.